Hello my friends and welcome to Turn 1 Sol Ring. So, this video has been a long time coming, mainly because the topic of this video was announced 3 months ago. I know, sometimes I'm very punctual. But it's definitely something I wanted to cover because it's kind of a big announcement, and it's definitely something, while I initially had somewhat negative thoughts on, I've started to have more of a positive view on. So without further ado, we are going into Signet, and we're going to be discussing the year of Commander, that is 2020. Also, there is an announcement at the end of the video where I'm going to be talking about something that's coming to the channel, and that kind of has something tied into all of the commandery goodness we're getting this year. So stay tuned for that, and let's go! But first, we must open a Booster Pack for Hope. Now, for those of you who don't know and are new to this whole channel, Booster Packs for Hope is a project I've started here on the channel where I open a pack of magic cards at the end of every video and look through the cards on camera and then sell the rare and any other card worth $8 or more over on the Booster Packs for Hope eBay page, where the proceeds from those sales then go to a different charity each month. Now this month, because the vote was tied, we are supporting two charities. The Innocence Project, which does great work helping the wrongfully imprisoned get freed, and Scholarship America, which helps all sorts of college kids find scholarships, so that way they can go through college with, as little debt coming out of it as possible. And if you want to support Booster Packs for Hope, you can do so in one of three ways. You can go on over to the Turn 1 Sol Ring Facebook page and vote in the pinned poll for next month's charity, or you can nominate a charity for the March charity poll in the comment section below. Any charity is fine. And the third way you can do it is by sending in a booster pack to Booster Packs for Hope. You can send it to Turn 1 Sol Ring, P.O. Box 291616, Columbia, South Carolina 29229. Now, we get all of our packs from the Mythic Magic Skull. Any pack from all of Magic can show up in here. I think we've had everything from Modern Horizons to, I think we had an Obelisk and Restored pack one time. Yeah, all sorts of things. So, let's see what we can find in here. Ooh. Well, last week we had Amonkhet, and it looks like you really like staying on theme. We got Hour of Devastation with the Scorpion God right there. So, sometimes you just drop a pack, but this will get opened at the end of the video. So for now, let's see what the Year of Commander is going to be all about. So, Commander is arguably the most played format in all of Magic the Gathering, at least in my opinion. Now, Wizards has realized this because every year the pre-con decks sell usually very well, regardless of power level or whatever. They usually sell very well. Wizards has realized this, and so as a result we are getting 4 new Commander products next year, one of which is actually kind of really cool. And so before we get into the content, I'm just letting you know most of what I am citing is from Gavin Veryhey's, hi Gavin, I have no idea who I am, but hi, his article from October of last year. Yeah, I know, it's a late video. But definitely all of the stuff from this video is going to come from that article, so link to the article will be in the description. So without further ado, let's talk about the first Commander product. Alright, so looking at my notes here, the first Commander product is going to be happening in the spring, and it's going to be kind of the quote-unquote official Commander decks for the year. This is what our yearly Commander set would be, and they're going to be on the plane of Ikoria, according to my notes, and we're going to be back to having 5 decks instead of 4, which is fantastic news to hear, because more Commander decks is always a great thing. There are also going to be some cards that are based on the plane of Ikoria, according to my notes here, that are unique to the decks themselves. You will not be able to find them in the spring set. And we're also getting some reprints from the spring set in these decks in order to help fill out some strategies. And this is our official quote-unquote Commander decks, like I said earlier, for the year. And I'm gonna be honest, it's much nicer to get them in the spring than it is the fall. Less time to wait, and less time to kind of for them to be mysterious about what's going to be in these decks. So definitely a great way to start out the year, giving it kind of to us early, especially with all the Commander stuff that they're having later in the year. It's kind of like, it's really good appetizer before we just get right into the main course. So definitely a cool way to start out the year. All right, then looking at my notes again here. So next Commander product does not come out until the fall, so that spring Commander product is going to have to keep you full for a while. And that's going to be the Zendikar Commander decks, which are going to come out with the new Zendikar set. Sadly, I don't think there's going to be Eldrazi in it, but considering that the last Zendikar block kind of killed them, sadness. Let's see, we're just getting 2 decks with these Zendikar Commander decks, and these are more meant to be on-ramps to Commander. They're mostly reprints, according to my notes here, and have a couple of new cards, not a whole lot of new stuff. These cards will be themed to the Zendikarian world, and the reprints can be from anywhere. So, well, Charizard isn't going to get reprinted, but one can dream. But definitely a good way to kind of, we get the spring sets, nice, really good appetizer. Here is the start of the main course, if we're going to keep using the meal analogy. So definitely a good way to continue the Commander year, so to speak. And then we get to something that's really quite interesting, and it's just going to be a reprint product, and is called Commander Collection Green. And it's 8 cards that are green that are big in Commander, and they're all going to be reprints with new arts, and as previously stated, all green cards. Reprints are always needed for Commander. Rares somehow become staples, and then the rares price shoot up to $20 a piece, and then people struggle to find a cheaper staple. Well, not staple's not the right word there, but a cheaper variant, and that's always weird to find. It's kind of like how if you don't have a doubling season, you're going to run parallel evolutions. If you don't have a parallel evolutions, you're going to run hopefully something else you can find. I know there are several things, one does not come to mind right now, but this is going to be good. If I had to bet for any cards that I would say would be in this, doubling season, the previously stated doubling season will be in there. Maybe, I don't know, there could be plenty of things, but my bet is doubling season gets a new art. I did see on the article that premium WPN stores will be getting the foil version of this. Regular WPN stores are going to get regular version, no foil. So definitely, if you're looking to get the foil version of this, see if you have the right store, or find it online. And then finally, you have your awesome dessert, the brownie sundae with the ice cream melting over the warm brownie, the Commander Legends set. It's going to be, let's see my notes here, a Commander draft set with over 70 new legendary creatures. That's 70 new commanders, potential commanders for all of y'all out there. That is awesome. And you have 20 card booster packs, so there will be 20 cards in a booster pack. That right there is insane. And it's going to get its own 2 Commander decks. So back to our brownie sundae with the ice cream melting over the warm brownie. Those 2 Commander decks are essentially the waiter coming over and you got your nice whipped cream on top of all that, and then a little bit of a cherry on top. Now, this, as someone who's built a cube and has always thought, oh, what would a Commander cube look like? This kind of solves the issue in some ways. And I think it's really cool because draft is one of my favorite forms. And draft and Commander are my 2 favorite formats. Because draft, you have to think on the fly and, all right, how am I going to build this deck? And Commander is, pretty much what would happen if Laser Raptors met Magic the Gathering. I know, it's, work with me here. But definitely awesome. These are 2 of probably the more social formats in Magic as well. And this is probably I'm not going to say biggest announcement in Magic history, but it definitely feels like it, because it's combining two formats that have definitely felt like it's one or the other. It's going to be very difficult to do. I have seen Commander cubes, but I've never attempted to build one myself. So this has definitely been something really awesome to see, and definitely something that I'm really looking forward to, especially as someone who is a fan of both formats. So 2020 is really kind of our year. It's the year of Commander. Think about it. We're getting Commander decks in the spring, Commander decks in the fall, Commander decks in the winter. That's already pretty awesome. But we get a Commander reprint set that is just green cards, I know, but big reprints. We are getting a Commander draft set, which is awesome, and just kind of taking it all in. And this was my initial reaction was, whoa, that's a lot of Commander at once. And it's something that was my initial reservation, that it would lead to kind of more burnout amongst players. And because when you kind of flood, they kind of saw this with Fallen Empires, where you flood the market with one thing, people tend to not get that thing. So I can see maybe this not working, but with how big Commander is, and it's a lot of people's intro to Magic, I can see this working and bringing a lot of new players in, which is going to be awesome to see. So definitely looking forward to all of, this awesome Commander stuff. And by the way, all of it's going to be reviewed here. So if you have any reservations of getting it yourself, don't worry. I'm going to get it. We're going to look through it together and help you make your decision. But just all of that coming together for us as Commander players. Like, Modern isn't getting a Modern set this year. Legacy and Vintage just kind of, essentially you're eating Commander scraps at this point, but like Standard is getting its usual stuff, but like Commander and Standard are essentially being put on like this equal playing field of, we're feeding both of these things at the same time. And so it's good to see that Wizards has kind of started to elevate Commander, or their attention to Commander, to the same of that as their attention to Standard. So that is really cool to see. I'm definitely looking forward to the rest of 2020 and how the cool stuff we're gonna get. So my overall opinion is positive, cautiously positive, but positive. And that's going to lead into, I know, great segue by the way, into my announcement. I'm going to try to start doing gameplay videos, live gameplay videos of Commander games here on the channel. That's going to be that's been something I've wanted to do for a while now. Haven't really had the resources. I only have the one camera. But I have recently purchased another camera, and I'm going to be trying to do live gameplay videos. I'm going to be kind of testing one out, hopefully next month sometime, maybe March. Sometime in there will be maybe a live gameplay video. Depends on how fast A, I film it, and B, I edit it. Editing it will probably take a while. And just overall, a lot of stuff going on with that. My hope is I can do at least one of those this year and just kind of experiment with it a little bit. Something else that's going to be happening with the channel is I'm going to be reviewing every Commander product put out this year, so that way you are informed as Magic players. Hey, this is the deck I want, this is what I'm looking at. So that way you're informed. I don't mind. I love helping you guys out. And also, I'm going to start doing Sow Your Buildings based purely on suggestions from you guys. Whatever commanders you want me to do for Sow Your Building, as long as I have not done them before, I will do for a Sow Your Building episode. Any commander whatsoever. Any legendary creature, even if it's Zurgo Bellstriker. If it's Zurgo Bellstriker, I will do this face for the entire episode, but I will do it. So suggest whatever legendary creatures you want me to cover. So what are you looking forward to? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and share this with all of your friends who play Magic. It really does help the channel grow. Something else that helps the channel grow is subscribing. Please do consider subscribing and make sure to ring that bell so you know when the next Turn 1 Soaring video is uploaded. Now, I believe we have a pack of Hour of Devastation to open. Let's see what is going to be helping out those two charities. Let's see. Put that in there. Alright, first card is Blur of Blades. It is a nice little -1/-1 counter and a little bit of a burn spell. Aerial Guide. Give something else flying and 3 mana, that's actually decent. Dutiful Servants, a vanilla 2/5. Frilled Sandwalla. I love that last little bit, the Frilled Sandwalla. Lethal Sting. Yeah. Beneath the Sands, nice little, go look for a basic or draw a card. That's actually a pretty decent green card. It would be better if it was at instant speed. Strategic Planning, not bad. Desert of the Mindful, a little cycle land, blue. If you're into cycling, that will definitely be good for you. Gift of Strength, it's giant growth but with reach. Crash Through, trample for 1 red, and draw a card, not bad. Alright, we are on to the uncommons, and we have Fervent Paincaster. Not bad, could be better. Unconventional Tactics. Looks like lemmings. Something with zombies. Sunscourge Champion. Oh wow, that is actually a pretty decent card. And our rare is Overwhelming Splendor. We got a mythic. Enchant player, creatures enchanted player controls lose all abilities and have base power and toughness 1/1. Enchanted player cannot activate abilities that aren't mana abilities or loyalty abilities. And then we got the Adorned Pouncer token, and ooh, that's very nice full art island. But yeah, this is really, for 8 mana, that's a lot of mana, but this shuts down just a player, and if it's down to you and someone else, this could really help turn the tide in your favor. Like, holy crap, that's a good card. Jeez. That's pretty cool. So, thank you guys for watching. Remember, have great games, and have a good one.